Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 futures and see what happened with the stock market today. So these are the E-mini S&P 500 futures, December 2021 contracts, November 12th, 2021. You can also, this /ES, right? You can also trade /MES. That would be the E-micro, okay? I trade those often. Looks like the stock market has decided that this little 3-day down could be over. Saw a lot of divergence warnings back here in these 2 days here and here. Sure enough, they showed up. And a couple days down, 2-3 days down, they're really nice. Okay. Very interesting to see where this is going to go. And we'll look at the longer time frames here in a moment to see how this is really going to play out. The Big Daddy says, okay, prices are going to go up. And it looks like the stochastic momentum index wants to try to turn and come up as well. Long term, this very interesting to see what this is going to do. Is it just going to flatten out and then go up some more? Usually it tends to gravitate towards the zero line. So we're going to watch to see what that happens. By the way, guys and gals, take a look at the screen in front of you right now. I've had, in the last 3 or 4 days since I started the premium membership, I had a lot of people sign up. There's just more and more people signing up. And so, in fact, yesterday I put out a crude oil trade alert, okay, on an opportunity that I thought could be potential profitable trade, okay. As a matter of fact, let me show the profit loss on that trade I made myself today. Okay, there you go. Nice little trade, $300 and change. Now, I'm not saying every video I'm going to put out that everybody's going to make the trade, and there's always going to be profitability. That has a lot to do with the trader and their timing and all that. And as always, guys, educational video only. I don't give financial advice. These are paper trade videos only. What you do with them is your business. But I just want to share with everybody, okay, $5.95 a month is an absolute steal. Just look at the profit right there just from today. That's like, I can't even, how many years of membership is that? One trade pays for years of membership. So take advantage of the membership while you can, because the price is outstanding, okay? Okay, back to the video. Let's look at the monthly time frame, because we always want to check multiple time frames here. Really important. Really elevated here, right? I mean, even though we had that 2 or 3 day dip, it doesn't even show up on the monthly candlestick. The amplitude percent is, like I said, I've been saying this for a while. I'm going to keep on saying it. I mean, it's really elevated here. 29.67 is the second highest amplitude percent that we've seen. The last time we saw prices or amplitude, and for those that don't know, new viewers, amplitude percent is simply the distance from the bottom of the candlestick back to the 50-day, or in this case, 50-month moving average, right? This is really elevated and move strongly away from the 50-month moving average. At some point, this thing is going to begin to travel back. Of course, the 50-month is rising, and that's great. But at some point, it's going to travel back. When that happens, well, that's yet to be seen. Okay? I see a lot of divergence warnings going on here. We did have this little dip, but to me, it looks like these divergence warnings are legit. We'll see how this plays out. That's a 3-month divergence warning, simply saying that these indicators are showing weakness, a little bit of weakness. Though it looks like the Big Daddy's almost practically bounced back, and the SMI might as well. We'll keep an eye on it. So I'm not going to give a whole lot of credence to those just yet, but there's definitely something to keep an eye on, especially if we see these on the monthly chart. If we see these that begin to taper, guys and gals, kind of like that. And let's say the SMI doesn't really get much higher, just kind of comes up and tapers. Oh, then watch out. We'll probably see some yellow, maybe even red dots begin to show up. And that would be a big sign for big things to come to the downside, okay? It hasn't happened yet, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on that. I just want to look back here again. Just want to look back when we had some serious, 24. I think I could have swore it was 1998. See a 32, yeah. Right back there in 1998, we had some 30s, okay, for the amplitude percent. Just looking at this indicator down there as I scan across the months in the past. And, I saw a couple 30s in there. 29. Yeah, there's a 34. I think I saw a 36 too. Looks like back there, talked about this yesterday, but in the 1998s, looks like we got up to 34, 33, 34, 35, 36 area, there for a little while. But that's like the only other time this has happened. So, for this to be this high is definitely something we got to keep a close eye on the monthly chart. Okay, let's switch over to the weekly. I always want to check this every day. Every day we want to make sure we stay on top of this. See, this again, I mean, even though we've had this low, I keep talking about this and I'm going to keep on talking about it because it needs to be watched very carefully. These divergence here, I wouldn't give a lot of credence to, especially though it's just coming out of the low. But this one, yeah, I'd definitely give credence to that. And that dot right there too, those are divergence warnings that I think are legit. So far this month, guys, in the month of November, this doji looks, dare I say, sickly on the weekly chart. Weekly chart, this little candlestick doesn't look very strong. We are in the second week of November, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, November 12th. So, we got a little more than 2 weeks to go in this month, 2.5 weeks we'll call it. So there's still room, or I should say time left, for that little candlestick right there to get some legs under it and maybe grow. But right now, guys, that candlestick looking super weak. I mean, I don't think I've seen a candlestick that weak. Well, there was one right here. And then about 1, 2, 3 weeks later, we had a nice little pullback for 2 weeks. Okay, so we want to keep an eye on that. The fact that we've got a red 12-week and a 3 or 4 week overlapping at the same time, that's what that red dot means. Yeah, that's pretty significant. We definitely want to watch this weekly chart. So obviously today being Friday, let's see, 13, 14 to 15th will be the start. On Monday would be the 15th, which is right smack dab in the middle of the month, right? The 15th. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, November has 30 days in it, so that'll be exactly halfway point in the month of November. Okay, and this candlestick is as weak as it looks. That could be a sign of things to come going into December, January. So we definitely want to watch out for that. Okay. All right, let's take one last look here at the daily chart. Listen, guys and gals, for those that want detailed, closer look on the hourly chart, I share that only with the members. Okay. If you want the hourly chart, which is really going to kind of fine tune on when a possible trade could be taken, either long or short, guys. Remember, futures, we can trade them long, up, or down on the same margin. It's not like trading equities or stock. Same amount of margin, okay? It's the same amount. We don't get hit with some type of huge margin, if we trade short. It's the same. A lot of people don't understand that the great benefit to futures is the margin's the same, long or short, and you get a huge leverage advantage, okay? So for those that want a more finely tuned analysis on the hourly charts, okay, and for potential profit taking, if I see something come up that looks profitable, that's for members only. I don't trade that with the public, so just be aware of that, okay? So looking at this as we get ready to close up this video here, right now on the daily, still looking kind of mixed here. Big Daddy shows strength. The SMI is going to have to give us something, right? That SMI is going to have to turn and give us what I call give us some love to convince me that this is going to all-time new highs, right? I mean, it could easily go to 4,800, 49, 5,000, guys, easily, right? It could easily do that. But is it going to do it right now in November? That's the big question. So looking at this, okay, and for you members, watch. I'm going to put out the video later for members only, the S&P 500 members only video, and we'll take a close look at the hourly chart to really get a feel for where this is headed, okay? But right now on the daily, it's not convincing me that this thing's going to be super aggressive and go higher. So we'll pay attention to that one. Okay. All right, guys and gals. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And go ahead and click that little bell if you're notified of all the videos that I put them out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.